Good evening. Welcome back to K4CO Radio. Happy Friday. We have a special guest in studio. A great Denver band called Capture This. We have lead singer Leah Drost with us. Am I saying that right? Drost?
Drost.
Drost. How would you describe your music? What genre would you put it in?
That's hard.
There's so many of them today.
I know there's so many. Because I also feel like every song we write too has, it's just a little bit different from each other. But if I really had to say, probably, pop punk, more on the punk side of things. But we also do a lot of stuff that's like pop rock too. So I think it's definitely a mix of pop punk and pop rock.
Yeah, when I play you guys, that's kind of how I explain it. Great punk rock band out of
For
Denver.
sure.
What inspired you personally to start singing? When did you find your voice in life?
So way back when, I've probably been like singing honestly since I was like a teenager from what I can remember. And I'd say there's like two moments that I remember, like just kind of having like a breaking point, like, man, like I got to do this, or like, I really want to sing. Like I want to be out there, like doing what I love. The first time was when I auditioned for American Idol. And like I didn't actually make it through like any of the rounds. It was like a pre-audition to get to the audition.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, probably. Because I also like didn't know what I was doing at that time either.
Well, how old were you when you did that?
I was like 16.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was pretty young.
Gutsy.
Super.
Good for you.
My mom was there to support though too, so I had her, which was awesome. But yeah, so I just like remember like singing my heart out to like Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, and like didn't make the cut, but like that was just like a moment for me where I thought like, okay, I really want to do this for sure. And then the second time, this is like kind of a funny memory, but like my parents like grounded me for the summer.
All summer?
All summer. Like
Wow.
I literally could not do anything. I won't go into like the why, but
I wasn't even going to ask.
I was like grounded. And they're like, you can't like see anyone, like you can't see your friends, like, which is like a pretty harsh punishment looking back. But honestly, like I'm kind of grateful for it because, that whole time that I was like, just, obviously at my parents' home, like I was writing music and like was playing the piano, and I came out with like some of my best songs, but like also being that young too was like kind of a moment where I realized like I wanted to be like a musician and stuff. So it kind of like forced me in a way, but also like found me like, okay, that's like what I want to do. So
Kind of forced you to focus on it.
in a way, yeah.
When did you start playing piano?
I started playing like, I want to say elementary school. Like I was pretty young. My parents had me in like piano lessons, and like I would play recitals and stuff like that. I also had like a pretty strict teacher, so that too kind of like helped me get better. But
And that summer they chained you to the piano, helped out?
yeah, that's I had like my mini keyboard in my room and was just like going at it. So yeah.
Good. And writing your own stuff, or practicing or playing along with music that you enjoy, or both?
Writing my own stuff, actually. Yeah.
Who inspired you growing up when you were writing, when you wrote some of your earlier songs? You mentioned Pat Benatar. That's a huge one.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because like back when I was like, super young, I like grew up on like more like older artists, I would say, or like rock icons. I think because like my dad also listened to like a lot of hard rock, like heavy rock. So I grew up like listening to like Guns N' Roses, like in the car. Like I literally have memories of like us in the truck, of like him playing like Guns N' Roses and like Pat Benatar, and like me's like in the back seat like singing along and stuff. But anyways, I'd say a lot of like my music influence growing up was like Nirvana and like Guns N' Roses and like Pat Benatar, like the grungy hard rock.
Yeah, the edgier kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which brought you to a band like this.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I want to play a song, and then we're going to get to the nuts and bolts of Capture This with Leah Drost. Tell me about Sick of It. This is one of my favorites from you guys.
So Sick of It, actually, it's funny enough. Some of it was written by me, but it was also written by Andrew, who's our rhythm guitarist.
Okay.
So by the both of us. And the song's really about like being in a hard, tough place. And the problem is like not knowing how to get out of it. And we wanted to make it super relatable in that way. Just like any problem that you're going through, any issue, like it doesn't matter. There's, you kind of get yourself to this place where you're like in this dark hole and, just feeling complacent and like stuck and not knowing how to get out of it. And you're just kind of complacent with the routine. So that's really what this is all about, is like kind of feeling hopeless, but like trying to figure out like a way of how to get out of it too. Yeah.
All right. This is from Denver's own Capture This. This is Sick of It on K4CO.
I'm sick of sitting here on the weekends, spending my time in the deep end, waiting for something to pull me from the pretend, ready for things to change. I'm lying half awake, days pass without a change. I keep on running in the same place. I want out. I'm in this constant state, loathing my past mistakes. This year there's gotta be a difference. Make it out. I'm sick of sitting here on the weekends, spending my time in the pretend, waiting for something to pull me from the deep end, ready for things to change. I'm sick of sitting here in the silence, looking for a little bit of guidance. Is it healthy for me to feel like this, ready for things to change? Well, I'm good at playing nice, I've done what I've been told. I'm sick of chasing down the same dream, it's getting old. Start on a brand new slate, so I'll cut right to the chase. This year I'm gonna make some headway, make it out. I'm sick of sitting here on the weekends, spending my time in the pretend, waiting for something to pull me from the deep end, ready for things to change. I'm sick of sitting here in the silence, looking for a little bit of guidance. Is it healthy for me to feel like this, ready for things to change? Cause I keep on waiting for that moment. Days go by, I can't ignore it. Sick of wishing for more time. I'm sick of sitting here on the weekends, spending my time in the pretend, waiting for something to pull me from the deep end, ready for things to change. I'm sick of sitting here in the silence, looking for a little bit of guidance. Is it healthy for me to feel like this, ready for things to change? Spending my time in the pretend, I'm ready for things to sick of sitting here in the silence.
Sick of It from Denver's own Capture This. That kicks you in the pants. I like that a lot. It's very tight and it's very polished. Tell us who produces and mixes your music.
Yeah, for sure. So Taylor Hahn mixes our music. And then we go through somebody separately for mastering. So for that song, it was Chris Geringer. Can't pronounce that. But
That's all right. He knows who he is.
he does.
You mentioned some of your musical influences. Do you collaborate with anyone? Have you collaborated with anyone? And who are some of your favorites there?
So we haven't collaborated with anyone from like our music, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Horizon. So they like, I want to say it was like 2 years ago. They put out a song called Like the Rest, and I was on that one with them. But one thing we want to do, like, or we're thinking about, is like definitely like working with more artists and stuff like that.
A little more in depth.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any picked out Any plans, or do you want to keep a cap on that until it happens?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What explain the creative process? How do you approach your songwriting as a 5-piece band?
That's like one of the hardest questions because I feel like it's all like we're all so different when we write. But I guess I can say like lately, I think it's like a mix of like playing in a room and like improvising and stuff. I know that's like what works well for me, you know, like just it's kind of like unconsciously making music. Like we're just thoughts are coming out, like music, you know, music's coming out, like words are coming out. Like I think there's just something special about that where like you just aren't thinking too much into it, and that's really when like all the lyrics fall out, like all the music comes out. So we do a lot of that, and then I think we call it demoing. So like we'll go over to Andrew's place and we'll work on songs that way where we'll just like track things like piece by piece, and then we just put it all together and see how it sounds. And some of the guys like to do it that way too. So I think we just kind of do both really. And I think for me too, like if I'm feeling a certain way, like if I'm angry or like sad or even happy, I'll say more angry and sad because that's where our emo good stuff comes out.
Right,
But like,
hey man, that's what
yeah,
it is.
pop punk band. But yeah, like I think especially when I'm like feeling a certain way in the moment, especially like a strong emotion, that's like really when I'll think like I gotta write now, because like I'll never feel that feeling again, really. So that's like when my best stuff is gonna come out.
And as far as the material, what you write about, I know a lot of the songs sound differently, but is that the same with the lyrics as far as material goes?
Yeah, it's the same.
Just whatever comes out of
It's really whatever comes out, and like a lot of that will happen like when we demo. You know, I'll just start improvising random, I call it gibberish, just like random ass words, and then
until you find it.
Yeah, and then we play it back and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that word or I like this sentence, and then I'll go back to just like figure out like how I can make it sound good with like the melody too.
Yeah, so it's besides you, are you the main lyricist?
Yeah, mainly
being the
me.
singer?
Yeah, and then I would say like Alex and Andrew definitely help out too, because sometimes I do get stuck. So I'm like,
of course.
Yeah.
Everyone goes through phases. Someone's up, someone's down. So yeah, I think the collaborative process is the most effective.
Yeah.
I also want to mention you guys are a strong advocate for women empowerment in the music scene, and that's very important. And you organized just last summer the first annual Female Fronted Fest in Colorado. Tell me some about that.
Yeah, so
That sounds pretty cool. Is it going to happen this summer as well?
no, unfortunately not this summer. I'm bummed, but maybe next summer. Yeah, I mean, it was freaking wild. Like I'll just say like what like
It sounds
I feel
really
like
cool.
wild is like the word to put it on, cuz like there is just so many great things that came out of it. But you know, I think I started the event and I really wanted it to be a place or community where everybody could come together locally here in Denver and have a space to like empower women through music and arts and like community. And so I just felt like there wasn't really a space to do that, you know, before even Female Fronted Fest like in Denver. And I think that kind of relates to myself too. Like I've always struggled to kind of find a voice like in the music art scene. So that's also just from a personal reason, like why I wanted to do something like this. And I remember even having the vision. I'm like, I don't even know like if that's like something I can even do, but I'm just gonna try, because like I don't even have experience running like festivals, like I don't have experience running events, but I think it was just like the passion of empowering women that kind of like motivated me enough to make this all happen. So anyways, it ended up being like such a great event. Like we had it at number 38 off of like the Rhino Arts District. So it was like a great place right in downtown. We also had like several female fronted bands, like all in different genres play. I got together like some amazing female owned businesses, and they were there too to like support the event as well, set up their items. And then we also had Dress for Success, which was like a huge part of the event. They're like an amazing organization that helps like women in need through, food and clothing and like work prep and stuff. So we had them, and I thought that was like a great thing too, because like people could also donate, and that was like a great way to give back to like the community and women too. So it was so much work. Like I will just say that it was a lot of work, but like it was also like 1000% worth it. So it was a great turnout. We had probably maybe 800 people like come all throughout the day too. So
that's great. It's too bad it's not happening this summer.
I know.
We'll be looking out for it for next year.
We're busy with the festivals, so
that's great. So we were talking a little bit off air about management. You said your management kind of fell through. So are you guys doing all the legwork yourself now?
Yeah.
That's not easy either.
Yeah, but also we were like doing the same amount when we were working with management, so I feel like it's not any different. So that's why you can, No, we kind of got screwed over, but like also can be the music scene sometimes.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which one of your songs is most meaningful to you, and why? Is there one particular one that you like?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get deep here. So I would say "Sleepwalk with Me" is probably my deepest, most vulnerable lyrics. And that was a song, I think like lyrically, I probably wrote it down. Like I think I finished that in probably 20 minutes. Like I'm not even kidding. Like it was just like, it literally just came out like all on paper. And I think it's just because of how obviously I was feeling at that time, but that song is the most meaningful to me because, I was married. And so that song is about, knowing in the marriage that it's not going to work out. So it's kind of like an pre-divorce, like exit song, pretty much. But I like that song will always come from a special place. And every time I listen to it, I think about how I was feeling in that moment. So I think anyone could kind of turn it into any, song of like being any kind of relationship. But for me, it was just really about going through the motions of divorce and like knowing that it's gonna happen, but like not really moving. I don't know, like knowing it's gonna happen, but just also feeling sad, like you're never gonna see them again. So it's kind of like a goodbye song too.
Yeah, it's a really heavy feeling going through something like that.
It is
certainly not easy. All right, well, let's listen to it. Is that okay? This is Sleepwalk with Me from Denver's own Capture This on K4CO.
Waking up in the morning, serving breakfast for two, sitting next to his side so he's reminded by you, hearing all of his stories from the shifts he went through. Drinking all of the loss, it's pouring over the glass. Am I still a good wife? That's really all that I ask. Do we say to ourselves, or do we rewrite our past? Mama told me that love has got its ups and downs. When the tide comes along, you gotta ride it or drown. Understanding the choice, you gotta weigh it in. You never see him again. You never see him again. No, you never see him again. When you lie awake, when you lie on the floor, you never see him again. Every day that we face it is a battle or bury under the rug. I just wanna be good, good enough for you. You never see him again. You never see him again. No, you never see him again. When you lie awake, when you lie on the floor, you never see him again. You never see him again. No, you never see him again. When you lie awake, when you lie on the floor, you never see him again. Take what you need, say what you get over. Take what you need, say what you get over. Just a little tired, just a little tired. Can't between the lines. 'Cause you don't need me standing, you don't need me playing, you don't need me standing. Hey, you never see him again. No, you never see him again. When you lie awake, when you lie on the floor, you never see him again. You never see him again. No, you never see him again. When you lie awake, when you lie on the floor, you never see him
So fun.
Good. We love it. Sleepwalk with me from Capture This. Denver's own Capture This. We are joined by Leah Drost in studio right now. We were talking management a little bit earlier. These days, the whole scene has changed as far as getting your band out there. How do you approach the marketing and the band's content?
Yeah, great question. I would say, now it is so many responsibilities, so many roles. Like, I think, what I'm doing now, it's a lot of content creation with like reels and posts, like on social media. It's updating the website. It's like email newsletters. It's all the little things. And I think, I almost feel like even with the band, like we're all content creators in a way. Like we have to plan out, all in advance, like what are the different like topics we're going to do, whether that's something funny or trending or about music. And then just like figuring out after that, like, how we're going to record it. It's almost like we're actors too. Like we're not even like musicians either. So
You're entertainers.
Yeah, we really are. Yeah. Yeah. So
A far cry from what it used to be, handing out flyers, at
Yeah.
bars every night and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's come a long way. So you're actually branding yourself as well as trying to get yourself seen.
Yeah, for sure. And I think of like, the way you put yourself out there now, like I think the biggest plus is like more people are exposed to your music, because like the moment you post a reel, you never know, like 1,000 people could see or 1,000,000, but either way, like that's a pretty good amount of people, and like you're getting your music out there. But I think on the downside, then it's like it's like so saturated, like it can be hard to be recognized because there's like so many people doing the same thing. So then it's like on top of that, that's why like we have to figure out like, okay, what's trending, or like what's like like what kind of like creative videos are we gonna get put out there that's gonna get people's attention too. It's really the way to make it.
Pretty much, yeah. Just do you have any videos?
Yeah.
And where can we find those? YouTube?
Yeah, so I do through like YouTube, or like on like YouTube Shorts, because we'll do like short clips and stuff like that, and then all like Instagram, Facebook, pretty
Reels,
much all the
main
stuff.
staples. Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't been together terribly long, but is there a moment that sticks out from one of your shows, a favorite moment, anything unusual, anything bizarre?
I feel like the guys could talk about that because like I can't think of like anything that's like bizarre. I feel like they would definitely know more than me for sure, but I would say like the most memorable moment I had was when I played it was this festival, big show called Big Gig, and that was at Fiddler's Green Amphitheater. And so we like got the opportunity to play on the local stage, like opening up for some pretty big acts. And we like weren't really, I mean, like we were expecting a turnout, but like we didn't really think it was going to be like that big of a show or anything, at least like on the local stage. And so after we played, I remember this mom and her daughter walk up, and the daughter's name was Rainbow, and she came up to me and like teared up almost and like gave me a hug, and the mom was like, oh, she wants to buy a shirt, like we'll be right back, and like she wants to sign it. And I just remember like Rainbow saying like, oh my, like it was something like you made a difference, or like I loved your music, like it was so good. And like just to hear, I think that was like just to hear like somebody say that, but I think it was like one of the first times that I heard somebody say that about our music, so that's why I think it just always like has a special place in my heart. And I like think I like
got
think
right
of
there.
her. It got me right there. Yeah, so that I'll also say one more too. So when we opened up recently for the Plain White Tees at the Summit, I think I said something like I was just like in awe like of all the people there, and I literally, I think I said holy crap, like I cannot believe like I'm here. Like it was like a moment of like shock, kind of panic, like excited, and then everybody in the crowd was just like going off and like cheering and clapping, and that was just like a surreal moment for sure.
I'm looking at pictures of it from your website. It looks like you had a great time.
It was amazing.
That's a lot of people there. When that place gets packed, it gets pretty nutty. And you guys have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So I imagine your shows get a little, I don't know, jumpy.
Yeah. I actually, it's funny you like bring that up too, because I would say like the biggest thing that people tell us like after a show is like, man, you guys had like so much energy. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. I would say honestly that makes us stand out in a way is like our energy. Like I think like most of us focus on like how we perform and like in front of the audience versus what we play, which sounds like silly, but I think it's like we know what we're playing, so like at that point we're just having fun and like, you know, getting in the crowd. Like we'll like even the guys will just be down, like they'll get off stage and they're like in the freaking like pit of the audience, like playing and stuff. And we try to always make an effort to like connect with our fans, but like bring the energy for sure.
So kind of relying on that muscle memory
Yeah.
to get the crowd going and not be distracted by.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm gonna have to come see you. You guys look like a really fun band.
We are a fun band.
Tell us about the name. Capture This. How did you come up with it?
So I have this like distinct memory of being in the apartment and like writing down just a bunch of silly names. I like can't remember it, which like makes me mad, but it was like a bunch of random names of like just like I think just names that sounded like the pop punk fit. And obviously one of them was Captured This, and that stood out to me, I think just for the branding. Like when I hear Captured This, it just sounds like it could fit with a pop punk genre. But I think for me too, it was about like capturing the moments, because I think so much of being a musician, like it's not just about creating music, it's about like connecting with fans and like performing in all the moments in between that make it special. Like that's why, I mean, that's kind of like why I do this too, is like to play in front of people and have a good time and like connect. So yeah, it was really about capturing all of the moments from start to finish. And I think even as a person who's seeing us play too, it's about that too, right? Like you're capturing what we do on stage and meeting us and just taking in the moments.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
It was about that.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's play another song.
Let's do it.
I want to play Chasing History. Anything you want to tell us about this? Or just let it go?
I will say this song is about definitely gaslighting. So it's an angsty one. So let's go.
All right, this is Chasing History from Denver's own Capture This on K4CO.
Couldn't even see things clear when you fill my head with lies. Then you say you're leaving, saying you'll be fine. A couple weeks pass, you're back, saying you just needed time. So if time is what you needed, I don't need your reasons why. You had me tied and I still got me spinning. Tell myself I'm done, then you're here, I'm hung up. Think I'm going fucking crazy. Try to talk myself down, then you turn around, you're gone. Think I'm going fucking crazy. This clearly isn't working, you just go and shut me out. Can we hit a reset and start this over now? Am I oblivious or am I going insane? There are mixed emotions piling in my brain. Tell myself I'm done, then you're here, I'm hung up. Think I'm going fucking crazy. Try to talk myself down, then you turn around, you're gone. Think I'm going fucking crazy. What you did to me is the same old shit, same old history. What you did to me, your toxic traits who you used to be. I'm still chasing. Tell myself I'm done, then you're here, I'm hung up. Think I'm going fucking crazy. Talk myself out loud, then you turn around, you're gone. Think I'm going fucking Yeah, something like that.
The songs like are so different.
Chasing History. Wow. There's a lot of energy again.
A lot.
And just very catchy hooks and whatnot. You guys approach songwriting very well, especially for what you're doing. And I mentioned off air that I like that you curse in some of your songs because you're a punk rock band, and that should be okay.
Yeah, especially if it's like got some angst to it, like this one. I'm like, just do it, like just get it out.
Yeah, that feels good. Was that Summit show kind of a pinnacle for you guys? Was that one of your greatest achievements in Capture This?
Yeah, 1000%. It's funny actually because when we got the offer, I always make this sad joke. I'm like, this will be like either the start of our career, like the big career, or it will be like the biggest moment that we look back on. I hope it's not that one.
Hopefully it kickstarts you.
But like, yeah, I mean that show for sure. I think since then, like we've just been riding this really great wave of getting some festivals and big shows and stuff, but like even support too. I think just from people that we don't know, like as a local band, like to be totally honest, it's like always friends and family that go up to see you play. So I think like ever since the show, just having people that we don't even know is like one of the wildest things, but like best things in the world too that we've gotten out of it.
Yeah, I think that's important too, because it's hard to say if your friends and family are really behind the compliments.
That's like always the question in the back of my head. I'm like, I know like you love me, but also like
you can tell me if it sucks.
Yeah.
I'd rather you did than I'd know you being honest with me. So yeah, I've had some shows where I didn't even invite friends or family because you want that anonymous feedback.
Yeah.
Or just from strangers of just how you affect a crowd in that way that aren't just all of your friends and family.
Yeah.
So what is in store? What are you guys up to this summer? You got a bunch of dates. Anything off the top of your head? We can find it. I did want to mention your website, bandcapturethis.com.
Yes.
It's really well put together. And again, those awesome photos from the summit are on there. What's going on this summer with you guys?
So, okay, I will say this. We have 4 festivals lined up. I can't announce the 3 yet. But the one that we're playing that I can't announce, that will be as soon as Monday, actually. And the festival is called Lunar Lux Fest. And it's the great thing about it, it's all local bands. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to basically go out up in Boulder, which is where it's at, DV8 Distillery. It's over the course of several days, I believe from like pretty much Monday through, I want to say Friday or Monday through Wednesday, but it's like all local bands. Like if you want to have a good time, enjoy good music, good food, you want to support local artists, like that is the place to be. So we'll be there Monday, April 22nd. And then we're playing at 7:30. So we'll be doing that. And then the other festivals, that will be happening pretty much between June and July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excited.
So, very excited. A lot coming up.
You like the festivals?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get to meet a lot of... when you played that Fiddler show, did you get to meet a lot of the bigger acts?
Yeah.
Or do they just kind of shove you on stage and shuffle you off?
I guess kind of both.
A little bit of both. But there is some backstage time.
Yeah.
You can meet some of these musicians you admire.
Yeah, definitely. So that's been huge too. Even with the Plain White Tees show, like we got to meet the Plain White Tees and Pollyanna, who opened up for them. Like they're an amazing. I mean, both of them are like amazing. But Pollyanna, like female singer, and she's friggin' awesome. So yeah.
Well, be sure to let us know about those dates, and we'll certainly promote them for you.
Definitely.
When you're able to do that.
We're going to put them all on the website, and then we'll definitely announce on our socials, too.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for that. I want to make sure we covered all the bases. I don't want to leave anything on the table here. Anything out of the ordinary you want to share? Anything about your band? Any deep, dark secrets you want to give up on those guys sitting in the other room that won't participate in the interview?
This is my chance to... They're going to hate me.
Pick on your brothers a little bit?
God. this stumps me because I feel like there's so many good things that I could say about them right now. They're actually looking at me as we speak in this room, bug eyes wide open. Like, what are you gonna say about me? I mean, okay, so I will say this is more for the whole band, but we had this comment of like this person, we don't know who they are, but they like put a comment on YouTube that said not very good. So we like to this day like joke about it. And we like to the point where it's like stupid. Like we'll talk about like merch and having like the saying not very good on like hats and like shirts. I'll be like, capture this, not very good.
Yeah,
like
that's great.
So maybe like one day we'll do that, but
Or just change your name to not very good.
yeah, let's just like change the name to not very good. Like so we always joke about that is like the band, it's like the running joke. So yeah.
And what's the dynamic that makes Capture This work so well?
I think just like not taking music and like life too seriously which sounds like really cheesy, but I mean like they're all like my best friends. Like I love them to death, and I think they could say the same thing about me. Hopefully, like fingers crossed.
I'll interview them next time.
Yeah. But
Put them in the hot seat.
Yeah, do it. They'd love that. But yeah, I think like just being close with them and like being myself and like being goofy and just, yeah, I don't know, just talking about things that aren't even about music. Like we'll just hang out, and I think that's just what makes us closer and best friends and not take things too seriously. Because I've seen that happen in bands that I've been in before, and when you take it almost too seriously, I think that's actually when like all the drama can come up. So there's a balance of being serious enough to like, you know, kind of treat your band as a music or treat your band as like a brand and a business, but not too seriously too. So you can still do what you love. And
ultimately, you're doing it for fun.
Right. That too. Yeah.
It should be.
It is.
Yeah. So just a great relationship with everyone. I mean, even if two people in the band don't get along, that can change the whole.
Oh, for sure.
Whole trajectory of the band.
Yeah.
So, well, we want to thank you so much for being here. We're really glad we ran into you.
Yeah.
However that happened. Don't remember if you were a submitter or if Josh met you at work or whatever. We're very glad. We love this band. And again, thanks for being here. And you can find them again at bandcapturethis.com. And of course, they're streaming on all the main staples on streaming as far as, Facebook, Apple, Spotify. You got it all out there everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay.
I tell people anywhere you can listen to music, we're out there.
Check them out. They're a really fun band. And we're going to leave you with one more song called Same Old Story. Anything you want to mention about this one?
No, I'll just
All
let
right,
you
just
take
let
it
it
away.
go.
Have it be a mystery there.
All right. Thank you very much, Leah, for being here. You don't hear the name Leah often anymore.
Yeah, it's not a common
I had
name at all.
I had a friend since kindergarten that's Leah.
Really?
Named Leah, and that's the only Leah I've ever
And if
met.
I do meet another Leah, it's always not spelled the same as mine. Like mine's Leah, and I run into like Lia or Lea.
Right.
Like it's never.
After everyone started screwing with the
Yeah.
English language.
Actually, fun fact, my name was named after a song. My parents heard the song Ah Leah by Donnie Iris. Not kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know it well. Actually, my friend Leah used that on her answering machine years and years ago. She just,
Really?
Leah isn't here right now.
I love that.
That's great. We'll have to get that song into our rotation. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you again for being here. And let's keep in touch. We'll have you guys in and just, catch up and see what's in store maybe this fall and see what you guys got coming next.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Here is Same Old Story from Denver's Capture This.
And you say you're gonna make it here. My head spinning every time, but I know behind the scenes it will be fine. shock to me.